second through fourth grade leaders. This video is for the first week of January. We've got a new year. We've got a new life app. Super exciting. This whole month we're going to be learning about self-control, choosing to do what you should even when you don't want to. And this week our story is about having a city with broken walls, and we're learning from the book of Proverbs chapter 25 just about how we need to protect ourselves and how these walls can protect ourselves, but also when we follow the rules that keeps us safe. So our bottom line is doing what you should can keep you safe. And all month long our new memory verse is God's power has given us everything we need to lead a godly life. 2 Peter 1:3. So we're starting something new this month. We're going to start with just kindergarten through fourth grade, and then we're gradually going to add on the other rooms. But starting at 8:20 and 10:20, we're going to have a group huddle and donuts and coffee in the garage door room. During that time, we're going to celebrate birthdays. We're going to do announcements, have a team prayer, and you get free donuts and coffee. So then at 8:30 and 10:30, you'll head back to your rooms, make sure everything's ready to go, meet with your individual teams. So we'd love to see you here at 8:20 and 10:20 this week. Then when kids start to roll in at 8:40 and 10:40, you'll just want to have your piece of papers ready and your markers. And when kids enter, just welcome them. Make sure you know everybody's name. Help any first-time guests to feel welcome. And then you're going to talk to kids about the three little pigs story. And you're going to specifically talk about how one pig built his house of straw, one of sticks, one with bricks, and how the big bad wolf blew them all down except the one made of bricks. So you're going to ask kids to think about what all the pigs should have built their houses out of so that the big bad wolf couldn't blow it down. And then you're going to talk to kids about what their house would be made of. And then you'll pass out paper and markers and have kids draw what their house would look like if they could have any house. How would they keep themselves safe in their house? Then when service starts at 9 and 11, this is a super fun activity. You're going to do an activity called Wants versus Needs. Actually, I think that might have been the old title because that doesn't make sense with this. But you're going to have a bunch of chairs, and I need you guys to bring in maybe a fitted sheet or two from your house. That would be super helpful to me. And you're going to give kids those sheets, and you're going to have them work together to build a big fort under the chairs with the table, with your table and chairs and the sheets. And then when kids have built the fort, you're going to crawl inside and sit in a circle. And you're going to go around the circle and let kids each name something that keeps them safe. So maybe things like fences, crosswalks, seat belts, etc. And you'll close that down by saying, so guys, there are lots of dangerous things in the world, but thankfully there's also a lot of things that are designed to help keep us safe if we use them correctly and follow the instructions. Well, in large group today, we're going to hear about something that is supposed to keep us safe, but if it can't, if it's broken. So you'll head across the hall to large group, and in large group, we're going to talk about how back in the Old Testament times, they would build walls around the city to help keep them safe. But if those walls were broken, then they couldn't keep them safe. And in the same way, we can have walls in our lives that are like rules, and those rules help to keep us safe, but they don't work if we don't follow them. So then when you get back from large group, your review activity is called Choose Wisely. So the first thing you're going to do is a little object lesson, and you're going to have a bowl of water and a styrofoam cup. And you'll first turn your cup upside down and plunge it into the water, hold it in there for a few seconds, and then take it out and turn it over and have kids feel that the inside of the cup is dry. But then you're going to poke holes in the cup with your toothpick and submerge it again. And then you'll pull your cup out of your water and explain that in Bible times, cities had brick or stone walls around them in order to protect them from wild animals or thieves or other people that were attacking, just like maybe we would put a fence up in our backyard. But what would happen if there were holes or broken parts in those walls? Right, those dangerous things could get in, just like the water. When you put holes in the cups of the toothpicks, it will let water in. So you're going to explain that rules are like walls, and by following the rules, you do what following the rules by doing what you should keeps dangerous things from hurting you, but we always have a choice to follow the rules or not. So then you're going to split your group into two teams and choose one kid to go first and let them take a turn choosing a card from the pile. So you've got all these different cards right here. They're going to be cut out for you and put together. And if it's a good choice card, then they get the points on the card. If it's a bad choice card, they lose 15 points, but they can earn 5 points back if they come up with an idea for making a good choice. And if it's a questionable choice card, the kid has to decide if it was a good choice or a bad choice. And then you're just going to play until you run out of cards and tally the points to see who wins. So you should, I think I said that you're going to split your small group into 2 teams. So there's the cards, and then you'll also have in your folder answer keys for those cards for the questionable choices. So you'll close that activity down by saying, so you guys had a lot of examples of good and bad choices in that game, and ultimately you found out that the good choices paid off in a big way, but the bad choices not so much. And this is the way real life can be. Good choices lead to good things, but even one bad choice can have some pretty bad consequences. And that's why we should always make sure to remember that doing what you should can keep you safe. And sometimes it can be hard to tell what the good choice is and what the bad choice is, but that's why we need our Bible and our teachers and our friends to help us figure out what we should do. So then for the memory verse activity, I'm sorry, I did not change the title again on this, slacker. You're going to have these blank signs. So you'll give each kid one sign. So you've got like a yield sign and a stop sign and a caution sign and a one-way sign. And first you're going to help kids look up the memory verse and find it together in your Bible and say it a few times together. And then you're going to name a few signs that can keep us safe and ask if anyone knows what category those signs would fall into. So maybe traffic signs or direction signs. And then you're going to give kids some examples of signs you haven't named yet. And then you'll pass out these blank signs and kids can decorate them. They can write yield or stop or caution or one way on them. And then after they've made their sign, they're going to flip it over and write their memory verse on the back of it. And you'll just close it down by saying, so guys, the Bible can be like a warning sign because it tells us lots of ways that we should be careful. So God gave us these words of wisdom and caution because he knows what's best for us and he doesn't want us to get hurt. Just like signs warn us of things that might hurt us, the Bible isn't meant to be a list of rules that keep us from having fun. Instead, it's a book filled with instructions from God so that we can have the best life possible. And we want to follow these instructions because doing what you should keeps us safe. Then you have some optional small group discussion questions if you want to go over those with your group. Why is self-control important? When is it hard to have self-control? What are some consequences of losing your self-control? What are benefits of having self-control? And then you'll just close down in prayer. So just ask kids about what they do to stay safe. Maybe they look both ways, they wear a helmet, they wear their seatbelt. And then tell kids that sometimes we need to hold someone's hand to stay safe and invite kids to hold hands while you pray. So guys groups, maybe you don't want to do that, it's totally fine. Girls groups, maybe they would love to do that. And then you'll just close down in prayer. And as adults come, you're going to have kids show them the signs that they made and explain what their sign is warning about and how doing what we should can help keep us safe. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope to see you at 8:20 and 10:20 for some donuts and coffee to celebrate and pray together. Thank you so much for being small group leaders. I'm so grateful for all of you. I hope you all had a wonderful new year, and we will see you on Sunday.